Welcome to Thoroughbred Action at Gulfstream Park. Brian Nato with you as we have an 11-race Saturday card for you. Got an overnight handicap and the awesome banner. And as this Rainbow Six begins to grow, it starts with $50,000 in an estimated jackpot in race number 6. We also have Leo Monero upstairs for the course and the weather conditions.
It's 80 degrees out and sunny today in Hollandale Beach. The main track is fast. The Tapeta is fast. Winds at 10 miles an hour. And the rock. And a good even start. Ticking's hustle to get some forward position. Navy crosses there along the inside. Long Branch Lou in between horses. Downing Street's racing fourth. They're followed out wide there by Looking at Roses. Down towards the fence comes Give Me Liberty. And the trailer at the back is Fredericksburg. So they swing around the clubhouse turn, and it is Ticking, showing the way by about a length and a half. Navy Cross tracks up on the outside in second with Give Me Liberty down inside third. Looking at Roses as a nice stocking trip from fourth, 2.5 lengths off this leader. And then it's Long Branch Lou to the inside fifth, but no more than 4.5 off the top. The long shot Downing Street is second last early, and Fredericksburg is the trailer. So up the backstretch run they go. It's Ticking, showing the way by a half length. The opening quarter was slow, as expected. 25 and 3/5 seconds, that opening tempo. It's still ticking up top. Right to the outside, there is Navy Cross. Looking at Roses is inching closer on the far side with Give Me Liberty right there to the fence in third now. Long Branch Lou is on a hold in between horses. He's just in front of Fredericksburg and Downing Street. So they run around the far turn. It's Ticking and Navy Cross going at it. Long Branch Lou gets the call to go in third with Give Me Liberty to the fence in fourth. Looking at Roses is under a drive, not his day today, as they come to the top of the lane after 3/4 and 1:13 and 4. Navy Cross and Ticking. Long Branch Lou coming to engage 3 wide. They're off the turn. Navy Cross and Ticking come to the 8th pole together. Here's Long Branch Lou, who's let loose in the center under Miguel Vasquez and comes charging after Ticking. Long Branch Lou hits the front with a 16th to go, and Long Branch Lou's going to do it. Long Branch Lou wins the opener. Ticking was second, Navy Cross third, very tight for fourth in 141 flat. And the rock. Good start to the outside for Molly's Moon, who heads off for the early advantage. Tries to cross over. Vino's Valentine is right there along the inside as well. Also in the mix is He Be Hoppin', who's there along the inside. Vino's Valentine takes back to third. They're followed by To The Max. Dogwood Crossing is inching closer all the way up into fifth. Vino's Valentine just got shuffled back to the fence. 3 lengths in front of Jaker, and then another 4 lengths to the Great Empire, and the trailer around the far turn is Gold in the Sky. So they run around to the 5/16. Molly's Moon on top, but here comes To The Max. To The Max pokes ahead in front, coming to the quarter pole, and then it's Dogwood Crossing. What It Is under a drive, but he's going to go very wide around the far turn. 5 of them stack across the track past the 3/16 onto the top of the stretch. Molly's Moon has the fence and the lead. Here's He Be Hoppin', who's trying to find a seam. Dogwood Crossing To The Max. Vino's Valentine out in the center. 4 of them have a chance with a final 16th to go. Dogwood Crossing's trying to spring a huge upset from Vino's Valentine. Vino's Valentine and Dogwood Crossing. Dogwood Crossing got it. He held off Vino's Valentine. He Be Hoppin' ran into third and 105 and 1. And the rock. In all probability, gets the first call, heads out for the early advantage. Long Gone Sally tries to go with that one. JJ Monet's there to the far outside. In between runners is Slender Slipper. There at the fences, Drink Deeply, who's racing fifth as they head up the backstretch run and run to the half-mile point. It's Long Gone Sally who's crossed over for a share of this lead. In all probabilities, back to second. Slender Slipper races in third. Drink Deeply is along the inside, just got passed by JJ Monet. They're followed by Five Eyes on Michelle, and Flatter Fanatic is the trailer. So they run around to the 3/8. Long Gone Sally's on top by a length and a half. Right there in second is Slender Slipper. Break of another 3, then to JJ Monet. 5 eyes on Michelle. Flatter Fanatics passing horses at the back, but still has 5 or 6 to make up as they run to the quarter pole. Slender Slipper outside. Long Gone Sally inside. And then it's JJ Monet. Flatter Fanatics going to have to go really wide as they reach the top of the stretch. Slender Slipper and Long Gone Sally off the turn in front. 5 eyes on Michelle has a wide open seam up the fence with 1/8 of a mile to go. Slender Slipper and those red blinkers is at the front. They come past the 16th pole. Slender Slipper's opened up 3, and it will be Slender Slipper, a 15-1 upset. Drink Deeply got second. 5 eyes on Michelle up for third in 112-1.
Any success that we've enjoyed is directly attributable to the men and women who first bring horses to us to sell. You got to have good product. If we're able to attract quality horses to our sale with quality men and women selling them, we're going to have good sales. Everything that we do is going to be to achieve success tomorrow by doing things right today. It's a commitment to get up and do the right thing every day in a consistent and a professional fashion, and that's a great recipe for success long term.
And the Roth. Monster is fast from the far outside. There's Timeless Victory right there in second. Along the inside is Savage Warden. So they head up the backstretch run. Monster has crossed over from that outside position, and he's in front by 2 as they head into the far turn. Savage Warden, Zevi Zone, Timeless Victory, all battling for that second spot. Bronze Bullet settles back of the top mix, is racing 5th with 6 lengths to make up into the far turn. He's followed by Ball of Fire and I'm Sam. So they speed around the far turn. Monster went 22-1 for the opening quarter. And he's on top by 3 with a quarter mile to go. Timeless Victory down to the inside second. Here comes Bronze Bullet 3 wide. Down to the inside. Savage Warden going to need a way through as they reach the top of the stretch. Monster off the turn in front. He's got a 3-length cushion on Timeless Victory. Bronze Bullet out in the center, but a final 1/8 of a mile. Monster has kicked clear again. He's up by 5. Bronze Bullet's running into second. It looks to be a D'Angelo Exacta here, but it's all Monster. Monster coasts in a 5-length winner. Bronze Bullet did get up for his second. Timeless Victory got third in front of Savage Warden. They're in the gate. And the Roth. Musical Design gets the first call out in the center. There's Any Moment, Sophisticated Cat, Chloe's Toy the far outside. They're followed by Dove in Charge and Cajun Fantasy. The 2 at the back are David's Rose and Tinky Abario's at the back of the field. So they run to the half-mile point, chasing Musical Design, who's on top by 2. Sophisticated Cat's outside second, Any Moment to the inside in third. And then it's the favorite Chloe's Toy who's racing 4th, 4.5 to find as they round the far turn. Musical Design went the quarter in 22 1/5 seconds. There's Sophisticated Cat right there on the outside, stalking from second. Any Moment rides the rail third. Chloe's Toy is under a drive already 4th. She's outside of Cajun Fantasy as they reach the top of the stretch. Musical Design off the turn in front, leads by 2. Any Moment, Chloe's Toy is trying to weave through traffic. Musical Design has 1/8 of a mile to go and a 3-length cushion. Musical Design's finding more now, and that's all from Any Moment. Closing down the center is Tinky Abario. Musical Design drifting about, but she's a winner. Musical Design by 4 in the end. Any Moment second, Tinky Abario third. Chloe's Toy had to settle for 4th in 102-4. And the Rock. Good start out in the center for Roar of the Beast. Nothing settles right there along the inside. Step's going to try and come and join the party for the far outside, but it will be Roar of the Beast who leads the charge up onto the backstretch run. Nothing settles right there to the inside. Step settles down outside in third. The two at the back are Classic, of course, and Keep On Moving. So they move by the 6 furlong marker, and the leader is Roar of the Beast, on top by a length and a half. Step is still racing second. Nothing settled down inside third. Keep On Moving is nestled in between horses fourth, and Classic, of course, is at the back of the field. So they move to the half-mile point after a quarter in 23 4/5 seconds. It's still Roar of the Beast leading the way by a length and a half. Step stalking right on the outside from second. Nothing settles, already under a drive to the inside in third. Just got passed by Keep On Moving and Classic, of course. So they run around the far turn to the 3/8 pole. Roar of the Beast has now got company on the front end. Step, but Roar of the Beast tries to come right back at him. Roar of the Beast and Step, these two are the top two coming to the quarter pole. And then it's Classic, of course. Nothing Settle has been under a drive for some time, and Keep On Moving has dropped out to the back. Half mile up in 45 3, 3/4 1:10 3. They're on to the top of the stretch. Roar of the Beast. Step comes to confront. Classic, of course, is going to need to do more. He's out in the center. Nothing Settles there to the inside. Three of them stacked across the track with a 16th to go. Classic, of course, in between Step at the rail. Roar of the Beast. Classic, of course, is gaining the upper hand, and Classic, of course, got it. What a hard-fought stretch run that was. Step ran second, Roar of the Beast third. Nothing Settle up for fourth in 1:37 2. They're in the gate. And the rock. Hawk gets the first call from the outside stall. There's Win and Win out in the center. Langvad has some early foot along with Classic Equation. Here comes Bolero Bay along the inside. So 5 of them lining up on the lead here. They've left Action Delight Racing 6 just in front of Teddy Bear. And the two at the back are Star of the Gun and Supreme Honor. So they race up the backstretch run. Langvad crosses over from that outside post for a share of this lead. The opening quarter went in 22 1/5 seconds. Bolero Bay is there along the inside. Out widest goes Hawk just in front of Win and Win. Classic Equation has gotten shuffled back to 5th. Another 2 lengths into Teddy Bear. Star of the Gun is advancing outside of Action Delight, and 4 more lengths to Supreme Honor. So they run around the far turn to the 5/16. Langvad has shaken clear a length and a half, but here comes the challenge for the favorite Hawk. Bolero Bay's under a furious drive in third. Star of the Gun's going to try and come on from 4th. Half mile was up in 45 1 as they reach the quarter pole. Langvad's under a drive. Hawk comes to engage 3 wide. Bolero Bay's looking for some racing room as they reach the top of the stretch. Langvad and Hawk, these two off the turn together. Star of the Gun's going to try and come on from third. Action Delight way out in the center. Langvad is resilient to the inside. These two, Langvad and Hawk, they come past the 16th pole together. Star of the Gun's trying to come on from third. Langvad and Hawk. Langvad or Hawk. Photo finish. Noses up and down on the wire. Langvad or Hawk. Star of the Gun ran third. Action Delight was up for fourth in 1:25 4.
At the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, we believe in giving every thoroughbred a second chance.
And thanks to you, the owners, trainers, breeders, and every supporter, you've created a ripple effect of change that's helping these magnificent animals move on to new careers and safe, fulfilling lives after racing.
Every single donation, whether big or small, is contributing to a brighter future. But this race is just beginning. Because of you, we have gained incredible momentum and we're ready for more.
And the rock. Bit of a slow start for Secret Bayesian Man. Drink and Wink heads off for the early advantage. Super Crunchy's there along the inside. Carentan and Sherman Fury right in the top mix. Demonchi Grass tucks back just to the top mix. Another length and a half then. Back to Alistair. And Secret Bayesian Man is the trailer. So they swing around the first turn. It is Drink and Wink showing the way a length and a half. Carentan settles down outside second. Super Crunchy rides the fence in third. Sherman Fury's racing fourth, some 5 lengths off these leaders as they hit the backstretch run. And then it's Alistair, Secret Bayesian Man, second last now, and Demonchi Gras is at the back of the field. Drink and Wink leads the charge up the backstretch run, 3 parts of a length here. Carringtons has raced into second. Super Crunchy rides the fence in third. The opening quarter was 24 and 1/5 seconds, so a decent opening tempo here for Drink and Wink, who's opened up 2 now. On Carrington, who's racing second. Super Crunchy just biding time. Races third into the far turn. And then it's Sherman Fury. Secret Patient Man's back to fifth. And then it's Alistair and Demonchi Gras is the trailer. 48 flat for the half mile. Drink and Wink still on a hold, but here comes Carrington gliding up to this leader a quarter of a mile from home. Drink and Wink now under urging. Here comes Carrington, Super Crunchy. Demonchi Gras is trying to circle the field. So too is Alistair. Secret Bayesian Man's up the fence. So they reach the top of the stretch after 3 quarters in 1:11 and 3. Carrington is up to tackle Drink and Wink with 1/8 of a mile to go. Demonchi Gras is launching down the center. They come past the 16th pole. Carrington's gained the upper hand from Drink and Wink. Demonchi Gras is coming on, but it's too late. Carrington has won it. Demonchi Gras got second, Drink and Wink third, Super Crunchy fourth, and 140 and 4. They're in the gate, and they're off. That was a good even start for all the runners. Clubhouse is quick away out in the center. There's Mr. Scatter. Pet Matt out wide goes Major King. Towards the inside there is Lace Up and Leanne's Warrior as they run out of the chute and onto the main track. Clubhouse has opened up a 3-length advantage. On Lace Up, who's running in second. Leanne's Warrior is third down to the inside. Major King's racing in fourth, just in front of Pet Matt. Gap of another 2 lengths to Silent and Violent, Looney Sema, and Mr. Scatters at the back of the field. So they have 5 furlongs left to navigate, and the opening quarter went in 24 and 1/5 seconds. It's Clubhouse, who now eases off into third. Leanne's Warrior and Lace Up are dictating things up top. Clubhouse is back to third. Pet Matt is fourth to the inside. Looney Sema is raced up in between horses to grab fourth, just in front of Major King. It's a gap of another 7 lengths, then back to Silent and Violent, and Mr. Scatter is last of the 8 as they hit the far turn run. Lace Up, and here comes Clubhouse. Leanne's Warrior has called it an afternoon. Looney Sema was on heels there in between runners as they come to the quarter pole. It's Clubhouse and Lace Up doing battle, coming to the top of the lane. Looney Sema's eased off in third. Pet Matt's trying to come with a rally from in between horses in fourth as they reach the top of the stretch. Lace Up has shaken away from Clubhouse, and Lace Up kicks 5 lengths clear with 1/8 of a mile to go. Pet Matt, Mr. Scatters finally get going, but it's far, far too late. Lace Up powerful past the 16th pole, and Lace Up will cruise in for a 4.5 length victory. Mr. Scatters second, Pet Matt third, Major King fourth in 138 and 2.
They're off.
And they're off. Foggy Note stumbled at the start but broke on top. There goes Gervin Star heading that one. Layla Bella Girl's also right in the mix with Militia. Down towards the inside there comes Princess Brittany. So as they work onto the main track, it's Gervin Star with a narrow lead to the inside. There is Princess Brittany. Princess Brittany heading Militia as they head into the far turn. Princess Brittany's racing third. Just back of that one is Royal Poppy. Volatile's in between runners with Foggy Note. And then it's Layla Bella Girl. What in the Literal's being pushed for more, and 9 lengths in front of VV Get Your Guns, who's well out of it today. 22 flat was the opening quarter. Militia has taken charge past the 5/16. Gervin Stars come under pressure. And then it's Foggy Note and Volatile. What in the Literal is going to swing up on the far outside as they reach the top of the stretch. Militia has the lead. Here's Volatile. Foggy Note swings up on the outside. What in the Literal's got a lot of ground to make up. An eighth of a mile to go. Militia is 2 on top. Volatile's trying to run her down to the outside. Further back, Gervin Star and Foggy Note. They come past the 16th pole. Militia's on top, and Militia's going to do it. Militia's a 2.5 length winner. Volatile was second. Foggy Note got third. Very tight for fourth in 1:10-2. And the Rock. Good start down inside for Braun. Dream Dancer tries to match strides with him in the early stages. There's Sigan Viendo, Nate the Great Indecisiveness. Lights of Broadway in between there with Junction Road. And Shrugs about 8 wide as they corner into the first turn. 8 of them were almost stacked across the track there. So it is Braun to come away with the early lead by about 3 parts of a length. Dream Dancer settles down in second. Sigan Viendo's right there in between horses. Third with Nate the Great on the far side. Fourth. Junction Road tries to inch a little closer from fifth. He's just in front of Shrug. Indecisiveness has the fence second last. And the early trailer is Lights of Broadway. They head up the backstretch run. It's Braun still leading the way by about a half length. Nate the Great, a real nice stocking trip from second. They went the opening quarter in 24 and 2/5 seconds, 5 furlongs from home. Braun is the leader. Nate the Great right there second. Sigan Viendo in between horses in third. Junction Road is on the far side in fourth with 3 lengths to make up as they race for the far turn. And then at Shrug, he's trying to come with a 3-wide rally as they round the far turn. Braun tries to spurt away from this field. Nate the Great's under a drive, but he's gaining on this long-time leader. Sigan Viendo's looking for some racing room. And then it's Junction Road. Here's Lights of Broadway swinging up on the extreme outside. 3/4 up in 1:11-4. Braun takes him to the top of the lane, but he's got a host of pursuers to hold off. Nate the Great, Sigan Viendo found a seam. There's an eighth of a mile to go. Braun is 16-1, and he's still clear by 2. Nate the Great grinding away on the outside. Lights of Broadway down the center. Final 16th for Braun. He's held off everyone so far, and Braun does it. Braun took him coast to coast. Lights of Broadway second. Nate the Great was third. A couple were there for the photo in fourth.
That's a wrap on the 11 race Saturday card. We'll double it up on Sunday. 11 more for you. Now the 12:20 first post, take note of that. Where else should you rather be than beautiful Gulfstream Park?